It's kind of weird for me, but it's not gonna get no better. My lotion is still in the top, didn't come on my hand. That just threw me for a loop. But yeah, it's not gonna get better if I don't start recording, because like I sit here and I'll talk myself out of it, find some reason not to do it or whatever the case may be. But I feel like it's best. It's best if I vent a little bit. I feel like it'll help me. It'll make me feel a little better. Just because I love venting, I love talking to myself. I love, you know, just I'm getting hot already. I gotta learn. Okay. All right, Nate. So I apologize. I know y'all curious now. I apologize for the professionalism. It's just one of those things where it's not deep enough, or it's not structured enough. It's not enough content and not big, I guess, enough for me to sit there and put the time in writing down and trying to become professional when it comes down to these videos. And the reason I say that is because I haven't done it in the past, and with this topic today, I don't remember enough, and I don't know what all I would be able. I don't know where this video gonna go. I'm just kind of winging it. And I feel like if I was to put more preparation into it, there's no telling if I'm still gonna get the type of product that I would want out of all the preparation I think I would have to put into it. So for me personally, I feel like it's more bound for me to get it done, and more bound for me to enjoy and see it down the line if I actually was to just come out and do it, instead of focusing on let me do this or do that to make the video a little better. Let me make sure I handle all of these things that I'm doing right now before I push record. But now that we got past that introduction, you know, I ain't got no intro to the video. That's my intro. Yesterday I was on my phone and I was reading lyrics to an old song I wrote, and that caused me to realize that I had more lyrics. And initially I realized it, but it wasn't like so much of a surprise, because I remember writing it. I remember the space that I was in when I wrote it, slightly, but I remembered enough to understand it and not let it throw me off. I gotta eat, so y'all might hear my stomach rumbling a little bit more. I was actually driving Lyft today, and my plan was to actually stay on the road, so I would have been driving right now, but Lyft kind of they eased up on me and they let me sneak away. I ran away as soon as I seen the opening. I jetted. I was 15 minutes away from the crib. I'm like, it's a sign, because I be all over the world sometimes. I be next to everybody's house sometimes. I'm like, I'm next to so-and-so house. I'm next to so-and-so house. I literally stopped at my mom's house and pissed. And usually I would refrain. Well, no, what am I doing? I'm full circle. I'm talking about, explaining about what I was, and y'all don't even understand, because y'all not in my brain. I probably wouldn't even understand 10 years from now. But basically, I started thinking about how I'm not on topic. Then I started thinking about how I really don't care about being on topic. I feel like I'm here trying to speak to the audience and vent. You know, I'm venting, so whatever comes out, comes out. My biggest thing that I try to pride myself on, or sticking to me, is getting back to what I needed to say and making sure I'm able to say what I was trying to say. I got these stickers in front of me because I'm very forgetful. I wanted to do something with these, but because they was just in front of me, I felt like I had the need to put them up on the video so you guys can see. Decent little stack left. I'll attempt to pass those out. But yeah, basically I was reading the lyrics and I enjoyed reading them because it took me back to a place that I was in. So I'm like, that was dope. And initially from there, I just went back through my other lyrics and was just reading the other ones. And honestly, I wanted to find more that was tied to that same situation, but I knew it was gonna kind of be difficult because from memory, I didn't feel like I had a lot that was tied towards that, like directly towards that one situation or whatever. And kind of like thinking more on it, I think I kind of understand why. But we're gonna start off by reading these lyrics because it's what helped me remember what space I was in and just the things I was thinking, and why I felt the way I felt, whatever. I kind of try to plan things out in my head, and it's like, because I don't write things down and because I jump all over the place, I kind of disorganize things. So initially I was thinking I would, give you an intro on the situation. What am I even talking about? What's going on? But I feel like I kind of explained and told little parts of the story here and there. So you might already know the story, but then again, you might not. So why not tell you some type of background, right? But I didn't make a decision completely. So you make a decision. All right, Nate, make a decision to tell you. Give your synapses, don't get too deep in it. All right, cool. So met a girl, liked the girl, talked to a girl, was cool with a girl. Kind of went separate ways as far as like the friendship didn't really continue to be as great as I intended it to be or desired it to be, right? So basically after that, and I kind of forgot this part of it. I think my brain kind of just like tried to beat it out of my memory, so like it would hurt less, I guess, because I feel like I was low-key. I don't even think I can remember or understand how much or how bad I felt back then. And it's kind of weird to say because I know I was there, but I feel like I'm not in the moment anymore. Like the word that popped in my head that I feel like I should have used was healed. I kind of healed from that. But I'm neglecting the word because I don't feel like I got it from me. I feel like I'm borrowing it from someone else. But yeah, I feel like I healed from it or whatever. But basically, I feel like the feelings just subsided. It wasn't as strong over time, and I knew that would happen. It's just, bro, this situation. I keep wanting to say it last 7 days. First I was saying 7 days, but then ultimately I forget a lot of things. It kind of touched me in sections. So like the bulk of it was 7 days, but I kind of just like was smacked all throughout a good portion of time. And what I mean by that is I kind of continued to deal with it in different ways throughout the span of the situation. And I say that to say, like, feelings dwindled, but in a weird way. It was like a stock page, a stock chart. It was never just a digress. It was a might have start running backwards a little bit, whatever. But yeah, it was a time. It was a time in my past. So first we're gonna start off with the song Once I Find It. It looks like I gotta do some editing, huh? It started off with a wave. Alright, now it's highlighting things that I didn't need it to highlight. So, this is the bars I stumbled across yesterday. See, you ain't the first and you ain't the last. I played this game back to back, and every time I get attached, I think I should have been used to it. Out of all the times I've been through it, I seen it coming, so I tried to go numb. But when I seen you with him, my feelings went dumb. So I kept my distance, still wanting to see you. Like maybe we can be cool. But that look wasn't the same. No smile, just a blank face. Walking past and only saying, hey, you ain't want to be close to me, so I chose to let you be. Months went by before we spoke, had me smiling like it was a joke, but serious as a heart attack. Baby, you know where my heart was at. I made my assumptions, but I wanted facts. Trying to find out where your head was at. Said you was trying not to catch feelings, I understand that. But you left me hanging, disappeared, but worse, cause you was still here. I swear I saw you everywhere, but couldn't approach you, so I'm bothered by me, which made it feel personal. Now I'm wondering, did my feelings ever occur to you? But maybe still don't know how I feel. I had a feeling since day one. The reason I smiled, you kept me lost in the clouds. It's like a drug, had me moving slowly, trying not to OD. Because you took the pain away, turned every night into the brighter day. Crazy how you knew what to say, and the look in your eyes said 1,000 things. But my baby, you ain't gotta worry about a thing. Your heart is big, just keep it that way. Don't let nothing hold you down or get in your way. Don't rush, love, niggas gonna stay in your face, and if they ain't right, do them like you did me and give them some space. I never told you this, but you did the right thing. Much love forever. So, now to try to break it down after that, shaky performance. See, you ain't the first and you ain't the last. I played this game back to back. Like, basically, I kind of can pinpoint when I was writing this just because of some of the things I mentioned in here. I know it was in a time frame, so it wasn't close to the incident, because the incident was around January 2018. This was last edited at September 14th, 2018. So that's January, February, March, April. That's a couple months down the line, but I feel like even after I wrote this, I probably was still, subsiding with feelings. But see, you ain't the first and you ain't the last. I played this game back to back. It's just me referencing, another situation I've been in. I think one of the other big situations I've been in. I think it was another big one. It was another minuscule one, kind of in between. But basically, I think this refers to the freshman year crush I had, and basically how I felt some type of way or whatever. And it's just foresight. It's me basically saying, like, bro, I've been through this before and I expect to go through it again in the future. But it still sucks. Like, it still sucks. Yes, it does. I'm sitting here thinking, like, maybe I should turn this down a little bit. Maybe. I think that's smooth. And every time I get attached, I think I should have been used to it. Like, bro, you already been through this. You should know, for one, not to get attached if, the person not feeling the same. But I don't think, Nate, it's not really in your control. You don't really control. You don't choose to just feel however you feel about somebody. It kind of just happens. So that's just that. But I think I would have been used to it. I know I ain't gonna get used to it. Feel like it just smack you. It's like getting punched in the face. Like, you might be able to expect it, but just used to it, I don't know. I don't want to figure that out. Used to it. A lot of times I've been through it. I seen it coming, and I tried to go numb. So I think this is referring to the part that I forgot about. I seen, like, so in the situation, I seen that I was shut out. I seen that, it wasn't going the same with me, but other people still living their life. And what I mean by that is, the world doesn't revolve around me. The clock is still ticking. Things are going to still happen. So I kind of knew in my mind that I was going to look up and I was going to see something I didn't want to see. I was going to see that, other people were getting the love that I wanted, that I couldn't get. And that's kind of like tie back to the last situation too. I seen it happen then. So like, you know, I know it's gonna come again. I've already been exposed to it. I've been exposed to it then. It was actually another even more minuscule time thing that, you know, happened. So it's like I've been seeing it on repeat. I just been in a constant cycle. So I'm like, I know it's coming. But yeah. Cool. Tried to go numb, and just numb is just like I try to let them feelings just subside. I try to like just accept it. I try to not feel it as much as I can, but it just don't work like that sometimes like, but it's crazy because I feel like after this situation it kind of did numb me in a way. I feel like when I got in further relationships, I think for one, the standard or the bar was kind of lifted because of this situation where I expected different things than when I expected coming into it. Like I kind of feel like in this situation, I thought I met somebody that I haven't met before in a way. And what I mean by that is I connected and I feel like I clicked, or it seemed to me that I felt like I clicked and I was getting the things that I thought I wanted and I still think I want or whatever. And it's like, with that being said, it's like I know it exists. It's like being exposed. Like, bro, you just I start thinking about food, and then I start thinking about veganism. I'm like, what? Why would trying to tie it, but you just got exposed to strawberries or whatever, and it's like, it's so good. It's just so good. You love your strawberries, your fruit. I don't want to say nothing like food that I don't eat because I'm a vegan, but I'll start thinking about meat and stuff. I'm like, you got exposed to barbecue sauce or something. It's like, you're not trying to eat nothing dry no more. You're not trying to go back to that unflavored food or whatever. You got introduced to the sugar in the Kool-Aid. Like, you know, Kool-Aid can be taken to another level. You know, you don't want to take it too far, but you, whatever. So it's like, in this situation, after that, it's like I still liked people and I've been attached to people, but I feel like I didn't come into it the same. I don't feel like I've been hurt the same afterwards. I don't feel like I was able to be hurt the same afterwards, just because I've already been like, you know, I'm already there. Like, what? In order for me to get higher than this, you got to take me to a place higher. And it's like people weren't really doing that for me. So it's like, with that being said, I feel like I'm numb now. I'm numb to the point where I don't really just see myself feeling the same way that I felt back then again. Without being in that same instance or the same atmosphere. You know, I can see if, you feel me, I'm introduced to somebody that I feel the same way about, or I'm in a situation that I feel is equivalent to that one. But other than that, you know, just me looking at it, just like, we're gonna get back to the lyrics. But I feel better now that I'm recording this, like just diving into it. I feel like I got more content than I thought I had, just understanding what's going on. And I feel like later on in the future, I'm gonna appreciate this video so much, just being able to sit back and watch it. Because the other day I posted memories from my Snapchat. I just posted a lot of memories, and it's like, it took 4 hours. It took me 4 hours to sit there and post them, because Snapchat be loading. They need to work on that. But I couldn't view my memories like this. I had to click, wait. But with that being said, after viewing them just in order, like not in order, because Snapchat still, my Wi-Fi, I'm gonna blame my Wi-Fi, but everything wasn't corroborating technically, like technology wise. So when I was finally able to click and just watch them, it felt good to see them. And it's like, I sat there and spent 4 hours posting them. Not only did I do that, I went back and I watched the whole thing. So it's like, it means it. I know that memories mean something to me because it touched my heart sometimes, you know, just seeing some of the things I've been through and just remembering things I didn't even remember. Like I couldn't remember some of the things that I've seen. I'm like, oh yeah, like, yeah. But I say that to say, like, I know I was feeling some type of way back then. I was feeling like, but with that being said, it's like I didn't capture it. I didn't capture it in video. I didn't verbally express the way I was feeling, and I feel like I want that. I want that for myself. I want that for others. And what I mean by that is, like, I want to be able to reflect back and be like, oh yeah, I mean, I'm going through something now, but it ain't nothing like how it was. Like, cause back then, you feel me? Back then I was, others, it's like I have a son, I have a daughter. I'm like, okay, well, look, I'm gonna introduce you to my situation, introduce you to how I dealt with it, how I felt about it, and how I feel now. Like, now I feel this way, and you know, I had to, you know, travel through mountains or whatever to get here, but this is what happened. So it's like, it was important for me to record this today because it's like, ain't no telling how you gonna get your opportunities, what's gonna happen. Ain't no telling I'm gonna remember, ain't no telling this, whatever. And it's like, I want this to be out, you know, so it's able to touch whoever it can touch, whether it's me or somebody else. So it's like, I have fun sometimes. I have fun. Hey, if I'm gonna be feeling it, I might as well get something out of it. It might as well benefit somebody, cause you know, I paid the price. Can't nobody take that away from me. I had some feelings. Can't nobody tell me I ain't feel the way I feel back then. You feel me? I ain't no fighter, but we would have had the box. We would have had the box if you would wanted to discredit the way I felt back then. And even some of the feelings, you know, I feel now in today's life, even with me not feeling, I don't feel nowhere near how I did back then. I still feel, you know, my ways here and there throughout life. But we can get to that, I guess, you know, later down the line, maybe. Yeah. But when I seen you with him, my feelings went dumb. That's the not the hardest bar, but that's the most monumental bar, because that's what had me writing. This bar had me writing. I don't think people would really remember, because it was one of them things where, well, can I call or not? Oh. And if it let me call. I don't think he would really remember, because I spoke to him, but it's like I didn't really express my feelings, I think, full-heartedly. I don't know. I don't remember that much though. See if dog answer. This is Andrew. I'm trying to call. See if he can put some input, because he was the one that was closest to me. D-Lo, I feel like he might know a little bit, but I feel like he got it like a little later. Andrew didn't answer. He got it a little later, so it's like he ain't really too hip. But earlier in the video, you might have seen me doing this a little bit. You know, I'm sore. It ain't no cat. I'm tense. I need a shoulder rub. Nah, but I am sore. My shoulder hurts, my back a little bit, my legs. I was driving Lyft. I tried to get out the car and walk to the house. My muscles was just sore, and it's because I wanted to have fun. And I wanted to bring some happiness into my surroundings, my atmosphere. I feel like I really needed to touch on some happiness lately. I've been not working for the past 4 days, I think. And you know, felt like I needed some time to myself. Like I needed to be in an environment where I was able to just feel, and not worry about, okay, catering to anybody else as far as like the passion. Hey, how are you? I don't feel like talking, whatever. I just feel like I didn't want to work ultimately. And with that being said, like today I worked, but the other day me and D-Lo, we went to go hoop, and we hooped, and it was amazing. It was amazing to actually be in that atmosphere again, because hooping is like the one thing I used to do when I felt some type of way to vent or whatever. And it's like, it's funny because like it's easy to forget, but it's like I won't ever really know everything that was going on in my life when I was going through this situation, just because the situation lasted it took up so much of my life. And I say took up in just time wise, as far as like I've been affected by it within like so much of a time frame. Still affecting me to this day, just me recording this video today and just how it's touching me in my heart now. But with that being said, it's like I'm happy I made this video. My chin hair going in. I'm getting off topic. I'm trying to distract myself, trying to run from venting and get my feelings out. Okay, I remember where I was going with it. Basketball is a love. It's a true love. And it's like when I'm feeling some type of way, when I'm deep in my emotions, that was the one thing that just took me away. It took me away. It took me to a place where I just wasn't thinking about females. So many females that I thought about, whatever, just disappeared when I was hooping. Disappeared. Like I didn't exist. I wasn't on the same earth. My finals, my midterms, school, being broke, not being able to eat. I was always able to eat in college. Not always, but eat wasn't the problem. I'm just saying, like, if I'm hungry, I ain't gotta, like right now, I can eat, but I'm not about to eat right now. You know, I got food, but I can't eat right now. You know, I'm not thinking about that. I'm recording this video. You know, it's kind of working, but it was another effect. It was on another level when we talking about basketball just brought like another level of happiness. And it's sad because after, you know, hooping 2 days ago, I realized that I can't really play how I used to, you know, be able to. But you know, I got other things. I got music. I got recording this video like how I'm doing now. I feel like this is gonna help me. It's helping me vent when, you know, you let it out. Sometimes I don't talk to people too much. You know, I talk. It's funny because D-Lo just dropped this video. I watched that before I recorded this. And there's a video I was supposed to post on my page, but threw it to him. And it's like, I vented with him and it was cool. It's nice venting with him. It's amazing. But it's like, we ain't really dig into it. We only had 9 minutes. We ain't get into one of the conversations we can get into for real. Me and D-Lo just talking about a situation. And then it's like, at the same time, he wasn't with me during this situation. So it's like, he didn't really get to experience everything and the emotions I really went through. But with that being said, I love basketball. So me, around this time, I'm probably in the gym every day. And that's like, I told you, Andrew was like, me and Andrew was close. I can even see it in the Snapchats. Me and Andrew just started popping up in my Snapchats after that, because we was always together, because we was going to the gym. We was talking about my problem. And it's funny, bro, because I had me and my situation, my crush. It ended so quick. It was just the rebound, like the aftermath effect of what was going on. By the time me and Andrew was really like, it's weird. We was close, but we wasn't too close yet. So it's like, it's weird. But my crush, my situation was like aftermath, and he was literally going through his during this time. So like, we both was venting to each other about our situations, and it's crazy because whoa, guess what, you guys? I wasn't recording this whole time. That's great because like this video is about to run a kind of. Boy, I thought I had to restart from the complete beginning. The complete beginning. I would have been hurt, but basically, I guess I reached the 20-minute mark or whatever. And that boy cut off on me, and I ain't peep it. They need to make some sound or something. Let me know. I'll figure that out whenever I figure it out. No, I'm gonna figure it out now. I'm gonna put the timer on, cause that's not about to happen to me again. Luckily, it stopped. I think around the time where I ain't missed nothing for real. So basically, I'm cool with the person he like. He cool with the person I'm like. Vice versa. Ain't really, you know, too great for either one of us. It was better for him though. It was better most of the time for him. And I think on his side, they was like more so cool, and they could have been cool. He kind of pushed it so farther away. And me on my side, I feel like I didn't hold on tight enough and keep myself in the game. I feel like I more so like let myself not be seen the way I should have been seen, I guess, or not be recognized the way I should. It's funny because it made me want to say what I was writing, what I started writing yesterday. She don't see my potential, unaware of what I've been through, the feelings that I feel, the problems that I deal with. But the potential thing, I feel like I wasn't really showing my true potential in a way. But that's on me, you know. That's on me. I'm more so the type of person where I kind of try to hide in the crevices a lot of times anyway. So that's my fault, you know. That's kind of the way I want to be seen. It's just I didn't know for sure I wanted to be seen in a different light. So this is gonna be I thought I didn't have a lot of content. We gonna vent today. I'm gonna feel amazing after this. I feel like one of the biggest problems that I have with pursuing women is you don't know how much you truly like somebody. You know, you don't know if you gonna love them forever. You don't know, whatever the case may be. It's like I don't like hurting people, you know. And I know I'm very indecisive. I know I change my mind a lot, whatever. But it's like I'm used to being told no. I'm used to getting rejected. It's nothing for me to get rejected. You know, I'm not tripping on no rejection. And a lot of times I was getting rejected from people I liked. And what I mean by like was, oh, she cute, or like I like being around her or whatever. I like a lot of people, so it's usually not a big deal. But the problem that persisted and happened, and I ran into was I started liking people more than I liked others. And it's like when that starts to happen, it's like, yeah, she's cute, but she ain't you. And it's like that happened more than once. But it's like in the situation I'm referring to, it was the worst it's ever happened to this day. So it's like I never been at that stage of liking someone. So it's like when I like, it's harder to get over it. I wasn't used to getting over this. So it's like, not only that, I didn't really get, I don't know why things just, my feet wet. Don't take it the wrong way. What I mean is, I didn't really get the experience or know who this person was. And what I mean by that, the saying popped in my head. It's not even a saying I say, it just popped in my head, bro. I'm sorry. I'm moving too much. It makes me feel like I'm frantically, like I'm nervous or whatever. But luckily, you know, I was gonna say my underarms not sweating for real. That's old sweat. I don't know, nah. I'm good right now. We're good. We're gonna shed another layer. We ain't gonna shed no layers after this, but that one had to go. You know, you gotta get some more air. I feel cold, chilly, you know. Heart just. I'm gonna have to edit this. I like this one. feel like this is an important video for me, man. It touched an important part of my life. But in this situation, because I didn't get to know her, I didn't know if it was a facade. I don't know if it's like, I can't think of the word, because basically when it happened before, I also didn't know, but I knew even less, and I was around that person even less, and I had less intimate conversations. Like, the conversations weren't even as deep. So it's like I'm getting even more of a sample. So it's like, maybe it's just a thought of what I think you may be. I feel like that could have been the case for the first person, the first man crush or whatever. To this day, I feel like I'm sure she still has some good qualities that I like. I'm sure that I still would, love to talk to her if I was in that space, as far as like, if I was, pursuing the same way I was pursuing, I guess. But I don't know. She also had, she smoked. She had little things that, she had little things that I seen as flaws or whatever. But ultimately, from what I knew, she was dope. She was a dope person. Like, to this day, she still get all love. But it was just a glimpse or whatever. I don't know. I can't even describe that. But in this situation, it's like, it was more nuances that I was exposed to that I liked and I cherished, and it's like just so many things that it's just like, I can't deny that I see it. Like, I was peeping so many different little things that I wasn't peeping in other situations. So it's like, okay, I might not know a lot of things, but you can't tell me I don't know that I like that you're wearing natural hair. I don't know that I like that you're nice, you're kind. I don't know that I like that you're not a thought. I don't know that I like that you don't smoke. You're not a joint. You're not, fast. You're not, it's funny because it's like, I was thinking about this the other day, because I was just trying to get in my little journal mode. I hate writing. I was trying to get my journal mode, actually writing and not making music. And I was just trying to do more preparing aspects, trying to better my life. Why not better my life right now? So when I do put myself in that situation where I'm able to just, get what I'm looking for, I'm great. I'm desirable for myself and for others. But anyways, yeah. I was writing, and one question that I hated back in the past was, why do you like me? Why do you like me? Nigga asked me that. I'm like, what you mean? What you mean? What you mean why I like you, dog? You cute. It's a hard question to answer for me personally. A lot of times it's a hard question because it's like, I like a lot of people. Why do I like you? It's not that it's not reasons why I like a lot of the people that I like. Even if other person I was just talking about, I can name things. She had natural hair. She, skinny. She was a little skinnier than I wanted, but she could sing. She was nice. She was respectful. She carried herself well. It was a lot of things that she had going for herself also. And I feel like I can just name little different things I liked about a lot of different people that I like. But it's like, when you ask that question to me, like a lot of the other times, it's just like, I didn't like that question at all. I feel like it was more so, it was subconscious. It was subconscious things. Like, it's things that I don't really notice that I pick up that I like about people. Like, it's ways that I relate that I'm not really thinking about. I just know that. So you're gonna be comfortable if certain things are, you with somebody, you're not thinking, oh, they not cold, or oh, they not hot. But ultimately, y'all okay with the same temperature or whatever, or y'all like the same music, the same food. You get in a car with somebody, oh, we got the same taste, and you don't have to worry about changing the radio, or or you just see them, and it's like certain things I feel like you're comfortable, so you're not thinking about it. You don't really have to analyze every detail. So I feel like when people ask me that, I feel like I got to analyze all these details, and I don't be remembering. They're like, it depends on who it is. So, it's harder when you don't know the person as much. So it's like, or you don't like that person as much, or it's not as deep of a relationship. So it's like you don't really know like what parts to really touch on. But I feel like in this situation, it's like it was way easier. It's way easier. Way easier. And it's because I always like I just peep stuff. And I don't know, it's weird. It's weird because I don't think I've talked to this person as much. But at the same time, I don't know, because I'm very forgetful, and I like to forget things that sometimes are important, and discredit them sometimes. And it's like just the other day I was realizing that I thought it was one way, but it really wasn't. Like I just didn't remember, or I didn't use it to my advantage the way I should have. And why am I sugarcoating it? Like for this one situation, I thought that this person wasn't reaching out to me. Like I thought I always had to reach out to this person in order to maintain contact. But when I look back at the proof of the pudding, I look back through my Snapchat, I'm like, oh, it wasn't just this time and this time. It was a couple of times where so-and-so reached out to me. And from the messages I seen that it was one-sided. And the fact of I don't go and slide up other. But then again, I know why I don't. So it's like I understand it. So I kind of judge it. But it's like ultimately, just looking back at it, I didn't credit everything. I'm looking, because I'm debating on whether I should grab this notebook for like a few tips. I know I don't need it, but I feel like I put energy into it. I don't need it. I do not need it. Where we at? How many minutes has been? My timer say 7 minutes. I mean, it's been about 10 more minutes that I sat here and talked about this situation. I'm having even more fun than I feel. No cap, I feel better than I did when I first started recording this. No cap, just talking, just venting. I encourage you guys to vent if you ever feel some type of way. I'm going to influence somebody to vent after this, because I know somebody I can talk to and try to get them to, you feel me? Whether it's just to me, whether we gonna see how that go though. I don't know. That's out of my control type thing, just okay. So yeah. And it's like I want to give y'all a better perspective. That's why I'm breaking it down so much, because I want y'all to understand my thought process. So like, yeah, this person's cute, but it helped to know that she wasn't the cutest girl that I like. I feel like one of the cutest girl, the girl that I thought was the cutest, or the girl that I wanted off looks the most, that I've actually talked to or whatever, and feel like I had some traction with, was high school Destiny from high school. I feel like that's the one where looks wise it's just, oh, you're very pretty or whatever. But with that being said, it helped because I'm like, I'm not here because of the looks. And I feel like that's an edge, because looks is the first thing I look at. When it's like personality too, but it's like I feel like I peep people before I talk to people. So I peep the look, and it's like she had a nice look or whatever, but it's like I'm not. If I was going off looks, I met other girls in college that I've talked to similarly, not similarly, but I've talked to, I'm not similarly because of what I'm about to say, but I've talked to or I've had some type of interaction with that I should have liked more if we go on based off looks. Yeah, I know it was abundance of pretty girls, you know, on campus. I feel like I felt like it wasn't enough, but maybe that's just because I wouldn't get no traction. I ain't had no love life for real, but we're not even gonna dig into, you know, the thoughts roaming. But that's just because I feel like I be doing extra sometimes. But with that being said, man, because it wasn't looks, I knew I had to cling on personality even more. I feel like I knew that there was more of a personality tie that just stuck with me. And with that being said, I'm like, okay, why? Like, now just why? Is it really, in order for me to know how serious it is, I guess I gotta, you know why. What, explain, analyze it to myself. Why do I really? It ain't okay. You claim it ain't looks, Nate. Then what is it? So I mean, like, goofiness, nice thing. I was just naming stuff, and it's funny because religion was one of the things that kind of scared me away. And it wasn't because I feel like I can talk to somebody that's religious. I grew up in a religious household, you know, whatever. It's just I was scared that I wasn't going to be good enough in a sense, or I felt like it was going to be a complication that I thought would cause an issue. But in today's mind, and even back then, I don't look at it the same. And you know, you just be having them little like lines on your lip, like where, whatever. I'm just distracting myself. I'm trying to itch my skin. I'm trying to distract myself. I'm trying to run away from the conversation. It's gonna be a 3-hour long video, just me talking. I know y'all bored. You miss me? Y'all cherish it when y'all forced to. But yeah, I mean, religion kind of scared me. I don't think it was a lot of other things that scared me. No other things that I can really think of. But dress, I like talking about love. I like the way she dressed. I liked how upfront and honest she seemed. I think she is. That's one of the things where it's like I don't know. Like, I could be wrong. It could be a facade. I can't think of the word. Start with an S that I'm thinking of. But when you just think you know something and it's not what you think it is, whatever. But anyways, confidence. The confidence is not the word I'm looking for, but speak your mind. She spoke her mind. She would like basically she was loud, so it says a lot. And I say this because I peeped it on another person when I was at an event not too long ago. I was just at an event and I was actually looking at a different girl. And then this girl that I'm referring to caught my eye because she was speaking on the event, the poetry and stuff, and she was just speaking her mind. Whether I agreed with it or not, like she lost some of the categories by me hearing her thoughts, but at the same time she gained because she was speaking her mind. And I like that. I like when you opinionate it, and like, it's not even to harm nobody. It's not for clout. It's just you being you, genuinely you being you, and you speaking your mind. I mess with it. But yeah, she loud, and you can tell she speak her mind, and it's a good thing. But only when it's on. I mean, not only when it's on your side, but if it's against you, then you know you're gonna have to put them gloves on and swing on it. What? Intellectual. I feel like the intelligence is there. And I say that because I just feel like I be forced to think sometimes, man. Talking to this MF, I have to analyze what I'm gonna say and make sure I'm saying the right thing. Maybe it might be a little bit because I was in dangerous territory. I was known for, pushing the boundaries. So I probably was trying to say things I ain't had no business saying. I still had that mindset right now, where I be like thinking, they try to catch me slipping. It's recording again, cause you know we ain't about to play them games with them. But yeah, there's a lot of little things I liked about her, and just the fact that I was able to say everything that I said let me know that it wasn't like I liked her. I can't, you feel me? Might not have been in love with her the way you feel me? The way I might make it seem, or like the way I might act like I'm in love or something. You feel me? But it was something about this girl for sure that I like. A couple things, you know. Hey, it started off with a way. Let me find this track again. But I just broke all that down just to say one of the problems I had was I didn't want to pursue. I don't want to pursue. Like, it's easy to give up when you don't know. Like, if I knew you come in here. You knocking on my door?
Yeah.
Come on. It's one of them things where it's like, if you gotta be on camera, if you come in the camera, you're gonna be posted. But you can still come up. They won't see you. Don't get in the camera then. It's facing me. You can come over here.
Okay.
I said that I knew how your hair. You feel me?
Oh no, I was asking for tomorrow. What do you want to eat?
What do I want? Oh, what? I feel special. Today my lucky day or something? What do I owe this surprise?
Because we're having a crab ball. Tomorrow's my birthday.
Happy birthday. I keep telling you happy birthday.
So tomorrow we're doing the crab ball.
I thought today it was the 20th.
21st.
Monday the 21st. Okay.
So what would you want?
I don't know. Like, it sounds like it's not really tailored for me. It's a crab.
Yes.
Boy.
That's why I'm asking you.
What do you expect me to say?
Your hot dog.
Vegetables?
Like,
I mean,
yeah.
But do I really gotta tell you I want to eat something I've been eating for the past 2 days?
Well, I'm just trying to make sure you're covered. So you're not just like watching us eat. Or like eating a basic meal when we have this.
I think I'll be fine. Unless I thought the way you was saying it sounded like you was about to cook me a meal. Like you was about to just,
well,
it was my birthday.
If
you was going to
ask for something, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't have cooked it for you, but I would have made sure we got it for you.
See, now I feel like, you just telling me something I can do myself. So, I mean, tomorrow don't seem as special no more.
You're a YouTuber?
Yeah, I'm a YouTuber. I got a whole page.
Really?
I got tons of content. I got hours of video.
Really? What do you do? Like your music or?
No, I vlog. Yeah, this
that makes sense.
It's worse. It's even worse.
That makes sense.
It's worse than my music, so you can imagine.
Makes
Yeah,
sense,
this probably about to be like over an hour-long video.
You don't edit them? You don't edit your videos?
I do here and there. This one got to get edited, but
yeah,
it's still gonna be long regardless, just because how much I'm talking.
Man, that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like and subscribe.
I never say that, but it's okay.
No, I look crazy.
They probably like it.
Ooh.
You gotta.
Ooh, don't play me.
Ooh.
Don't. Could
Ooh.
never. Could never.
Hey, that just made me think of something else, that dancing aspect.
Yeah, I just bought a new bonnet. I would have given you my old one.
Would it have been as sexy as this one is on me?
Probably wouldn't have cut your head that well.
Yeah, this one, you feel me? It's lightweight. I'm kind of happy. But you can still give me your old one. I like to switch it up. If you just offering bonnets or you just talking because you know I don't need it now, so you can say that because you ain't got to give it to me.
It actually was. Because I just got this this jumbo one. And my old one's like a year old. I was going to wash it and give it to whoever wanted it.
Well, I won't fight your sisters over it, and I understand they
That's
higher up. But if you want to give it to me, I'll check it out. CJ got one too. I just learned that last night. I can fight CJ. I screw up with CJ.
But yeah, it just needs to be washed.
You can give it to me dirty.
Really? But yeah, I was just asking for the dinner because me and Nari were just talking about the Siba, and I was like, oh wait, Nate, no one asked him. We asked for Diane's birthday, so.
It ain't a big deal.
Okay. I'm being considerate.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Sincerely. I was about to say sincerely. Sincerely, I appreciate it for sure. Mm-hmm. Oh, can you take these downstairs for me? Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3. 1 each.
For who, me, the girls?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your logo.
Yeah, stickers. You know, I can't get y'all the apparel right now.
It feels weird coming up here.
Yeah, it ain't really the coziest spot, but...
No, it is. It just feels weird because, like, I just don't come up here. I like even when you weren't staying up here, this is not an area I come to.
I feel it. I didn't think I would have been as comfortable as I am.
Like, you try to use the mirror, but that hole there, I used to think I was gonna fall through. So like, I would run in the bathroom, look in the mirror real quick, and then run.
Oh man.
Like the tub, you could have done something with that, but like.
Yeah, I look. Like I said, I can't promise no great content, but you know, I can tell you it's there. Cause I know I put it there. I put that work in.
Did you record you shaving your head?
Yeah, I couldn't post it. The Wi-Fi trash. But I'm probably gonna post that soon.
I watched that video.
Ah, you spiteful. Terrible.
I would watch that video. But yeah, it was just about the food because I was like, it just popped in my head and I was like, oh shoot, no one asked about Nate or if he was even gonna be here.
Once again, I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Sincerely. Remember the dancing aspect. The dancing is like, I dance. So seeing that person dance too, like the way I be doing it. I don't remember exactly what I was saying. But I feel like it was important. Not important enough for me to go back and find it. But it was important. So, it's funny because I look back through my Snapchat and I found one of the videos where I was talking about how this situation started. I'm like, oh yeah, this freshman, so. And in the middle of my sentence, I had stopped and went to go greet somebody and I didn't finish saying what I was saying. That would have been dope to have that extra like footage before it happened. But I'm glad I got that one. I didn't know I had that one. That was dope too. Like, this freshman waved at me. I know I was speaking a lot that day because I wasn't just speaking on that. And I can tell by the way I versed it, like the way I said it. But I kind of remembered too. I just wonder why I only saved that one. I knew to save it though. Something silly. But yeah, I don't be wanting to, like, say if I knew in the future this is the person I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, and like if all I had to do, it's like anything with success. If you know it's gonna be gold at the end of the tunnel, you're gonna do whatever you gotta do to get to the end of that tunnel. If you know you gon' like love it and cherish it, like, you know, like this YouTube, boy, if you told me I'm about to be the next DDG, the next whatever, blah blah blase, the next, if you would have told me I was gonna be able to buy me a house or something off of this, I would be working 30 times harder than what I'm working right now. But just because of how I was just talking about how I put in work. I got a lot of content because it's easy. This is easy to do. But if you was to sit there and tell me that my outcome is going to be X, Y, and Z, then I'm gonna perform more. And it's crazy because I was reading this book, and it's kind of been, I've been reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's actually free on Apple. It's free on iBooks. So I should have read it by now, but I didn't. I actually just started over not too long ago, and I was reading it the other day. And it was just talking about how people like dedicate their life towards things, and it's like it comes to fruition. When you put a certain amount of effort in it, you bound to get what you want. My problem is I never wanted to put that effort into the wrong thing. So it's like I more so moved with hesitation. I didn't want to put that type of work into the wrong cause, you know? So it's like, as I explained how I liked a lot of people, there's a lot of things that I didn't like about people. It's a lot of, you know, you ask yourself, can you really sit there and live with this person for the rest of your life? Could you really deal with this or that, X, Y, and Z? It's like, I thought about being in situations where I never wanted to be trapped. I never wanted to be in an unhappy relationship, look up 30 years down the line and realize that I just talked to somebody and continue to talk to them, and it's not who I really wanted. And I think I kind of let that scare me a little bit. But I said that to say, I think one of the reasons I didn't try as hard as I probably would, knowing everything I know now. And I say everything I know now just to say, can't keep like circling, just to say, like, knowing that it's 3 years later, I'm still attracted to this person. Knowing that that's the case, I know it ain't like a facade. I know it ain't, you know, I know it's something. So I feel like it's worth exploring and getting deeper into. It's worth taking the downfall of being wrong. I would rather make that mistake and pay the repercussions of being wrong in this situation, just because of how cherishable, how profitable it seems to may be, or whatever. Like, if I'm right, it would solve so many ... And that's just the way my brain be thinking sometimes. Like, boy, if I found me a wife, I ain't gotta chase no more females. I ain't gotta worry about nobody coming at my neck, because you know I'm gonna make it in life. So when I'm there, I ain't gotta worry about Sally hitting me up because I'm Nate. Like, nigga, if you was rocking with me when I was Nate, then we here. We already know you was there from day one. I used to think about that a lot. Me and my man D-Lo talk about this all the time. But yeah, like, it would solve so many problems if I'm right about whatever, you know? But ain't no telling, and you kind of got to move off faith. But with that being said, it's like, I don't know. I kind of just, I think thinking back, I think the way the situation was, I played on patience. I played the patient role. And it's funny because I'm not saying that I've developed a new technique to this day. I feel like you know, when you lost, you don't know what to do. You just move. And I was lost. I wasn't in this situation a lot, so I didn't really know how to move. But I played the role where I chose patience. I chose to let it come to me. Talk about let it come to me. I chose to, you know, if it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. I can't force it. Like, and not to say it shouldn't be like that, but I feel like also just on another aspect of the way I think, you gotta fight for some of the things you want. Like, if you, like, $1 million not gonna come to me just because it's meant to be. I'm gonna have to put some type of work in. I can look at it however I want to look at it and make it sound like it just came out the blue, but no, the $1 million ain't just come to me. I put some type of value into the universe. I say that just to say it's like, come in. I just knew how they was running. I knew they had a destination.
Thank you.
Come here.
Love the heart.
Come here.
I didn't know this cup. I got
Show the camera. You gotta put your face in it so they can see you. This is my. She appreciate the heart. Yeah, she know what she doing. She said she ready for YouTube. They see it. They see it.
But yeah, I saw it. I was just like, whoa, look.
You think you gonna use it?
Yeah.
You want another one? You can have two. Don't tell them I gave you two.
Thank you. Ooh.
That way, one you can save one for later.
So one of them I'm gonna put on my mirror.
Mm-hmm.
I have this vanity, and then the other one once I get a car.
Oh.
So I can match your car.
I feel it. I might have to get you another one in the future. We might have to get more of these.
Thank you, Nate.
Thank you. Appreciate the support. And that's why I make sure I do things when it comes to mine, because I'm very forgetful. I could have been did that. I could have been had my results. It could have pushed me to get rid of the rest of these, and I think I got like 5 left. Get rid of the rest of these and maybe I don't know about getting more. Get more and just work on my brand a little more. I might have to be a little stingy with the rest of those. That's 4 of them I just gave out. Think I got 5 left. All right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like that's one of my biggest problems, bro. I don't be knowing what should I really be doing. It's like I go back and forth. I don't make a decision. Should I go buzz down somebody's door, or should I just, you know, take a more can't think of the words. Go read. I was about to say a Bible. You're not gonna touch on that. Go read a dictionary and learn more information. So I'm armed, you know, to put up a better fight. Like, I don't know, but all of this stuff that I've been saying was going towards me trying to be able to say that basically, man, I didn't like. Even now, it's like, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But the difference that I found out in the way I'm moving now is I'm okay with not being 100%. I'm okay with being wrong. Like, I would play my role differently just because of what I've already been given. In a sense, the amount of happiness I've already been given in this situation, I feel like it's kind of one of those things where I'm bound to win. I'm bound to win regardless. So it's like I'm not worried if I don't get first place. I just want to play the game and, you know, try to get wherever I can get. But I feel like that's like a very vulnerable place I just put myself in just by like expressing that. So I'm starting to get more like cold hit. I'm sad, like, but we're gonna have to divert because I gotta get my energy back. I done lost a lot of chakra just not speaking on this. But yeah, we gonna get back to what give me hype. So Dog came in here with a whole basketball player. Not only did you show up to my place of residence, my heart, my soul, my place where I go to vent, you showed up with a dude. Not only did you show up with a dude, you showed up with a dude that was better than me visually. And I'm speaking hooping terms as far as like, it's known that they gonna drop me off. I can't be like, oh, I dropped that nigga off. I can't cap. You brung LeBron to the. I don't really know how good dude was, but it's one of those things where basketball was my passion, my love, and I was good, but I wasn't the best, you know. I made myself, you know, I established a good little foundation for myself, but it wasn't worldwide. So it's like I'm the nigga on the block. I ain't the nigga in the gym, you know. So when I went to Wayne State, I seen some good people, you know. I ran into some competition. I was getting back on foot, so I probably was decent at this time. I probably could have, you know, put up a little fight, but ultimately, if I was to guess it, I'm pretty sure I would have got dropped off because the height advantage was off. And just, I feel like I wasn't really putting in the work, the effort, the training to be trying to compete. And I also played against some of his fellow teammates, I guess. I know I played one teammate. I played with, not played one-on-one or nothing, but I played with one teammate. And dude was nice. And I played with somebody else that was trying to get on the team and was like on and off. And that dude was a beast too. So it's like, I know how beastly they can get. So I wasn't even in the mindset of I'm better than him. Like, you feel me? You settling. Like, no, bro, you found better. You found better and brung it to my sanctuary. You done brung the devil in the church. Let me stop. It popped in my head. I felt like I had to say it. But yeah, it touched my heart. It touched my heart because I was in the hooping. I couldn't leave. I couldn't leave the gym. I'm mad because I didn't make this video then, but I don't really remember everything that happened. But I couldn't leave the gym. I couldn't just leave. But when I left, I left. I shot out the gym. I ran from the gym. I probably went there and wrote this verse. I don't even, because when I wrote this at 3 o'clock in the morning, I know the gym closed at 11. I probably wrote this verse that day. All I know is the calf was closed. I know I couldn't go eat. I could have went to late night grill. I think I went to late night grill after that. I don't really remember, but I know that was a touchy night because it was later in the situation. So like some of the feelings was trying to subside, but ain't no like I see that. That's a heartbreak. It came to the gym, lovey-dovey in the gym. In my eyes, lovey-dovey in the gym. You bring the bay to the gym. Not only did that happen, I think it was like, I know. It wasn't only once. Like, it was one of them things where I grown to expect to see it during certain times. But I think it was because it was like contest up there. And it was like one of them things where the gym was my spot and it was snatched from me. It was snatched. It was one of them things where I couldn't escape to the gym no more because the gym was entangled with this situation. So now the gym is not an escape. It's a battle. It's a constant battle. But you know, I still have my days where I ain't have to worry about it. But yeah, that kind of touched me, bro. I can't even, you feel me? My voice just cracked. My voice is cracking. I can't even. Is this the right thing? It's the right one. Let me sigh a little bit. But when I seen you with, I ain't even getting the verse for real. But when I seen you with him, my feelings went dumb. So I kept my distance, still wanting to see her. I still wanted to see her. Come on now, shit. Somebody that great, you can't just hate, cause what? I'm mad. It sucks, cause I didn't have a reason to be mad. I didn't have a reason to hate this person. I'm not even the type of person to hate people, but I didn't have a reason to dislike this person. A lot of times it's easy to get over females because they do dumb and ignorant, or they do rude things. She wasn't rude. She didn't do anything rude. She didn't do anything disrespectful. And she didn't do anything she had no business doing. She ain't do nothing that I feel like she shouldn't have been able to do. She did everything that she was in limits to doing while being respectful. Maybe I would have did something differently, but that's my forte, my prerogative. I can't put that on anybody. So with that being said, I didn't have a reason to be mad. So it was kind of like I was stuck. I was so stuck. Still wanting to see you. Like, maybe we can be cool. Like, okay, I tried to make sense out of it. Like, okay, cool. We friends. Want to be more than friends. You ain't want that. You know, maybe you had to, you know, cut me off. Like, because that's literally what happened in the other situation. You cut me off because I wouldn't give him the right energy. You know, you couldn't be around the energy while you had a whole man. You loyal. That's another perk. That's another Percocet. Let me stop. That's another perk. I can't just look over it. I'm analyzing. You loyal? That's like gold. That's diamonds in today's world. Back then, but now that's. Loyalty is like a signed Kobe jersey right now. Like, I don't know. But yeah. Maybe we can be cool. But that look wasn't the same. I feel like just like me and her did talk here and there. I kind of forget the moments like where we still did communicate, but I know we communicated. But the facial expressions wasn't even the same. It's like when your dad mad at you or something, and it's like they disappointed and they just grilling you like how you go from to every time you see me, like I don't even want to be in your presence because I mess up your mood. You make me feel bad because I'm around you and I'm making you feel bad. I'm not trying to do this to you. Why I hurt you? How I hurt you? You hurt me because I hurt you. I don't know how to put it in no better words, but yeah. No smile, just a blank face, walking past and only saying hey. It was to the point where we would walk past each other and try to act like we didn't see each other. And we kind of touched on this in one of the videos, but basically like avoidance, like we was always in the same spot. The gym was one of them, but the gym was like, I don't have glasses in the gym, so I can't see you anyway with us being so far apart. But and everywhere else I got my glasses on, so I'm peeping everything. I don't care if it's a pink keychain to a green coat to a puffball hairstyle to a natural hairstyle to a laugh, I want to say a walk, a dance move, a social group. I used to see her friends sometimes and want to box with her. Let me stop. I'm misspeaking. Maybe I ain't want to box with her friend, but seeing her friend just was like the same as seeing her. Like, cause I feel like I see your friend and you gonna be right around the corner. But this is getting longer and longer and longer. Months went by before we spoke. We only say hey. Let's see her and she only say hey, and it would hurt me to only be able to say hey because it's like I know you only saying hey because you feel like you have to. You're not really trying to hold a conversation with me. You actually doing the opposite. You don't want to speak to me, but you saying hey. It's kind of like a slap to the face, like a stab in the back, the heart, the leg, the thigh, the pinky toe. I don't know. It's like it's weird. It's like I can't give you an example, but it's weird. It's weird. You ain't want to be close to me, so I chose to let you be. Months went by before we spoke. Because we end up having conversations afterwards, linking and just having little quick interventions where we channeled Nate's heart and made sure that he wasn't exploding. We made sure he didn't fall too far off rails and then put him back in the atmosphere. We gave him back to the wolves. Gave him back to the streets. These niggas for the streets. But yeah. Had me smiling like it was a joke. It's funny because it's like I'm burying all these feelings. I'm trying to bury them. Throw them in the dirt and just smush them and bury them. And I look up and this girl would come and decide to talk to me on a random Tuesday as if none of this ever happened. She couldn't have felt the same way I felt. She couldn't have known how I felt. Ain't no way she would have been that. I won't say disrespectful, because it's not that it was disrespectful. It's just like, that's dangerous territory. You feeding a lion with your bare hands right now that's been starving for 10 years. You playing with my heart. I just feel like she would come to me on a random Tuesday or something and speak to me so casually, like nothing was happening. There was no, like, I was just straight, low-key, just, I'm going through it. But yeah, and I'm smiling. Because I'm happy. I'm happy to see this person. I'm happy to just be in a conversation. I'm happy for the thought of possibly being able to get back on the bandwagon or being able to be back in this person's life, you know? Because obviously right now, I'm not in this person's life. But yeah, with that being said, I'm smiling. I can't withhold a smile. Now, I was doing good. I was having some straight face moments, but for the most part, when we actually talking, we not about to talk for 5 minutes and have a normal conversation, not talking about the situation, just talking normally, and I'm not about to smile. I'm cheesing before you. I'm sweating. I'm dripping. And I was about to say I'm wet. I'm dripping in puddles. Yeah. But serious as a heart attack. Because it's like, although I'm smiling, the whole time I'm not getting what's going on. I'm so stuck. I'm like, what is, like, I don't get it. It's like, it's not adding up. I don't understand. Help me understand what is going on. Why is this girl talking to me today? Like, did I do something right? Is it gonna be different this time, or the serious as a heart attack, baby? You know where my heart is at. I made my assumptions, but I wanted facts. I made my assumption that you ain't want to talk to me because you was talking to old dude. I want facts though. I need to know why. I need to know. I thought you was feeling me. I need facts. I need closure. I ain't get that though. At the moment, I didn't get what I wanted. Trying to find out where your head was at. You said you was trying not to catch feelings, and this is what the basketball thing, and then this verse let me know where I kind of was writing it at. So I didn't finish. I couldn't have finished when I seen the basketball thing because I know me and her talked at a party and we were cool, but then that happened, blah, boom, we linked back up in the cafeteria and we talked and we had a conversation, and she had said something to make me feel some type of way, but I wasn't 100% sure. So I know I said you was trying to catch feelings, trying not to catch feelings. I feel like that's what she said to me that this one day or whatever. In a way, but the verbiage wasn't there. I could be misspeaking, but I feel like that's the vibe I was getting with the conversation. So I'm like, I'm gonna go with what I think. I ain't gonna think about it too hard. I'm writing. I'm just venting anyway. I ain't no ill intentions. Said you was trying to catch feelings. I understand that, but left me hanging, disappeared. But worse, it was so bad because it's like I couldn't get away. Out of mind, out of sight. But no, you was always in my face. Not in my face literally, but just I always would see this person. It's like I couldn't get away. I could not get away. It's not that I wanted to see this person, but it's like, I won't say it wasn't good for me, but considering the approach I was taking, because I wasn't captivated, because I wasn't pushing the envelope, and I guess going up and speaking to this person on site, and wasn't making sure I maintained the friendship and just forcing communication. I don't know if that would have helped, but it's something I would have for sure changed. I would have for sure made sure that I established a better foundation with this person, because I'm gonna put blame on myself. Yeah, I let it happen. Excuse me. I didn't know because I didn't ask. I didn't force that information, because all of this is just letting me know I had the opportunity of abundance of opportunity to be able to just walk up and speak my mind. I could have vented. I could have said all of this 10 years ago. It's only 3 years ago, but I could have said it 10 years ago. I could have let her know how I was really feeling, and it would have hit harder because I would have still been in a moment. I swear I saw you everywhere, but couldn't approach you. So unbothered by me, which made it feel personal. It's like, I like the saying unbothered. I'm unbothered. Cause it's like basically saying somebody, like in my mind, the way I look at it, perceive it, it's like saying somebody, it's like I won't let you get to me in a way where like you don't affect my life. You're not important enough to affect my life. Like nothing you do is like affecting the way I will move forward in a way. And what I meant by this, the way I was trying to view it from what I was seeing, was like more so, she ain't really want nothing to do with me. So it's like, I don't want to be a nuisance. I don't want to bother you. I don't want to approach you and I'm bringing down your mood. Like, yeah, I have an agenda. I have something I want, but it's not to the point where I'm going to sacrifice your happiness for it. Like, nah, I'd rather be the miserable one. I'd rather be the one taking this L. But it's like, I also want to be able to be in a happy ground where we can both benefit. You know, we can live the rest of our life together and just, you know, be happy forever. Like, but it's like basically, it seemed like, you feel me, you ain't want to be around me. Hey, you unbothered by me. Now I'm wondering, which made it feel personal. Now I'm wondering, did my feelings ever occur to you? Like, did you think about how I'm gonna feel after you just ghost me and you do whatever you doing? But then after writing that, I start thinking like, do she even really know how I feel? Cause it's like, looking from the outside, like me being in a situation, I wouldn't have thought I felt the way I feel. The way it played out, with the way my ear ringing, with the way I really feel, I did not think that I wouldn't have been able to just look at D-Lo and be like, "Hi, you." I would have probably been looking at D-Lo like he was crazy if he would have been feeling that way about somebody I seen him talking to. Like, just if I would have looked at him and just looked up and, no, what is you doing? I probably would have tried to make him feel bad. Like, what is you, Andrew feeling the way he felt about, I understood because I was going through the same thing. I was literally in the same predicament, but it's like he had more to bounce off of, so it made more sense. But if he would have felt that way with less, I wouldn't have understood. I had a feeling since day one. Feel like that's no cap. Like, from day one, like the first conversation, whatever, I'm in my head like, yeah, I'm gonna marry this person. I don't know how to explain it because I'm trying to like run away from really putting it in perspective for you guys, but no cap. I feel like because of the way we talked the day one, I kind of was just like more so, I wasn't looking at it as a relationship in my mind. I was already told I was only gonna get a friendship. So I wasn't supposed to be looking at it no type of way but a friendship. But me, I'm like, what you talking about? You know, look, I found the one. I found the one. How you gonna tell me no? Like, I got the salt. Like, and I'm already thinking this person feels me. So like, I ain't talked to a lot of people, but I was in college. I was getting more social, so I was getting more comfortable talking to females. So I wasn't shy to talk to this person or nothing. It felt natural. So it's like I was comfortable. I'm like, and she liked me already. She already giving me the time of day. Tell me why she ain't about to be my wife. I already chose her. But she ain't gonna choose me? Why? Why not? What? She must not know. Like, what? But yeah, that's like back in the day when I thought I would bust LeBron in basketball, and now looking back, I ain't have a chance. I wasn't as good as I thought I was back in the day. I had the heart maybe to put up that fight against LeBron back in the day. I ain't got it now, but I guess I had the heart back then with the mindset of I want you, so why won't I have you? I'm confident that I want you. I don't know how I was so confident. I must have just been touched from that first day. But from day one, I'm sitting there thinking like, yeah, this is what I gotta do. This is how I'm reverting my mind. I don't speak on this. But with the lifestyle I was planning to indulge in, I decided to stop participating in extracurricular activities that I, did with myself. I'm like, I looked at it as a positive. I'm like, I'm training myself to be able to resist and whatever. I'm like, this person is bringing, even uplifting. It's like a girl tell you can't smoke squares no more. You get me to stop smoking cigarettes. Like, you better in my life. You providing for my health. Yeah. I say that to say, just to put y'all in perspective, like I was really thinking like, okay, all right, this is what's gonna happen. This is how. All right, I'm probably gonna have to get more religious. I'm probably gonna have to look into the Bible. I'm probably gonna have to, you feel me? Boom, boom. I'm thinking, cause I play chess. So when I think ahead. I try to think 7 moves ahead, and like, I'm thinking this is the move. I'm thinking this is checkmate. So I'm putting all the energy into thinking about these moves. And we're not talking like 24. So I got time to think, so these thoughts are developing in my head. So I'm like, okay, cool. With that being said, okay, our kids gonna go to church, you feel me? So I might as well be educated, I might as well be. It's time for me to stop running from the conversation, because I was really hiding from religion. To put it in perspective, I didn't like talking about religion at all. Grew up in a church. Auntie used to take me to church all the time. Used to be always over my auntie house. Auntie is a very religious side of the family. My mom, she's religious. She don't speak about it. She pray. You don't even know she pray. She pray because it's her. She ain't doing it for clout. She ain't doing it for this, that, dirt. And I appreciate that. For me, I appreciate her not showing me no facades when it came to religion. But with that being said, like, we didn't pray before we ate. At my mom's house, at my auntie house, yeah. But when we stopped going over my auntie house, that side of life just kind of, we started divulging into the rest of the world where we was around the like minds of, we ain't talking about that. That ain't, feel me? So I was comfortable with where I was at, not thinking about it. But after talking to her and understanding where she stand with that stance, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not gonna be a question. Like, I'm gonna have to tighten my boots and shake through. But the reason I smiled, she made me smile a lot. But my brother called me yesterday on FaceTime and he had his baby. I gotta call him on FaceTime. He had his baby and it was just cool talking to him. He made me smile. Certain people just make you smile more than others. I feel like she just made that list. She just scooted, popped up on the list ahead of a lot of people. But you know, I got, you know, it's a comfortable list. It ain't too thick. The reason I smiled kept me lost in the clouds. I feel like I was lost, bro. It's a drug. It's like a drug, literally moving slowly. Like, I was literally thinking about the situation earlier while I was driving Lyft, and I feel like this situation was one of the ones where I feel like I can actually feel it internally with my body, like just giving reactions. Like they be saying something about doses of endorphins or whatever. I don't know, like drugs, like your brain would like stimulate your brain in a certain way. Scientific facts. They be saying scientific facts. I feel like sometimes when I was thinking, depressed, happy with it, I was getting body shots. Like the knock in my joint. I got a small one today, but it hit me. I wasn't even thinking about this. And then just the thought popped up in my head. I'm like I start, cause I be having situations just pop in my head. I be just playing scenarios out. I'm thinking I'm about to get in a heart attack while I'm driving, get in a crash, be at the hospital. I had a couple thoughts about me being at the hospital and just thinking like, if I went to the hospital today, what's gonna happen? I just be thinking, bro. But we ain't gonna get all into that part of me in my life and my thoughts. But it's like a drug, had me moving slowly, trying not to OD. Try not to OD on the love. Like, you get too much of it, you might just have a heart attack, dog, because you took the pain away. You took the pain away. And then that's that Tupac, Dear Mama, took the pain away, turned every night into a brighter day. And that's like, turned every night into a brighter day. Like, yeah, I feel like a lot of nights during that college year was depressing, because it's like you get to thinking about people. But partly I feel like I could have been right in that part, because a lot of the times, like, the conversation wasn't the best over texting, but in the morning we would link and we would eat in the cafeteria a couple times and eat breakfast or whatever. So like, that was some special mornings. Talk about kicking the day off right, boy. I'm blessed. I was blessed some of them days. Waking up, eating breakfast, walking people to class. Even the last day I feel like was cool. I mean, I got the vibe that it might be my last day, but at least I still was there. You know, you gotta enjoy the moment while you got it, dog. You can't be crying about what you ain't got sometimes. Like, nigga, I'm blessed for what I had. Can't be stingy. I'm gonna try to be stingy. I'm gonna try to get it if I can get it, but I can't cry if I don't get the whole thing. You know, I got a piece that other people ain't gonna get. I hope some people never get what I got. I don't ever want to hear about so-and-so getting what I got. No, you can't get that. That's special. I worked hard. I went through a lot to be where I was. You can't just get there. They can't change the rule book and regular. They can't change the criteria to be in a perspective. No. What? But yeah. Crazy how you knew what to say. It's funny because, like, I feel some type of way, but it's like talking to her. It's like it was never like, it was never bad vibes while talking to her. It's like, I feel like it was always smooth. And the look in your eyes said 1,000 things. I don't know what it was. It happened the other day. I don't think she was hip, but just sometimes just looking at this person, bro, I'm just like, she brought up me staring at her soul or whatever. I know what she's talking about because I do it. It ain't uncommon for me to do it. It's just uncommon for me to feel like it's reciprocated. And what I mean by that is to feel like it's working. Not only working, just like it's like it's a connection. Like I love staring. I love you. I got songs because I got in trouble looking at females back in the day when I was in high school. I was getting in trouble. Man, what you staring at type vibes. So it's like it ain't nothing new to me, but it's like I feel like them boxes. I feel like sometimes just looking and being in that and them thoughts is just sometimes I was just like look and be like froze, just taken to another world sometimes. So I said, you know, your eyes said 1,000 things, you know, you feel me? Hey, no cap. All facts. All facts. Whew, we almost at the end, man. My baby, you ain't gotta worry about a thing. Your heart is big, just keep it that way. I feel like she had a big heart. You know, I heard some things. I experienced some insight that I didn't think was the best. But generally, I've heard good things. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I ain't here. I won't say here. I don't want y'all to get carried away because everything I'm saying is very minuscule. I won't sit here and act like I didn't run into things that I thought like, was I wrong about your character? But I feel like ultimately, don't rush love, niggas gonna stay in your face. Don't let nothing hold you down or get in your way. Don't rush love, niggas gonna stay in your face. And if it ain't right, do them like you did me and give them some space. I know I told you this, but you did the right thing. Much love. Forever. And I feel like the end of that was just like wrapping it. But like the I never told you this, but you did the right thing. I feel like the way I looked at it, I try to look at it from other people's perspective. Ultimately, this person could not like me. This person could not feel the way I feel or feel about whatever, blase. Okay, got your tongue, Nate. The person could not like you. If they don't like you, they don't like you. If they don't want more, they don't want more. They can't force yourself. Just because you whatever, but just you could be the best man on earth. You can be the most successful. You can be whatever. But if this person not really rocking with you, if they just truly, genuinely just don't want you, they can't force themselves to want you. So me, I'm like, you feel me? That could be the case. So considering that could be the case, there's a reason why whatever didn't happen. It didn't happen. It's like maybe it's me. Maybe it's I didn't put in enough work. Maybe it wasn't the right timing. Maybe it was whatever. But it's like, with that being said, it's like, hey, I mean, ultimately you made a decision. You have the right to make your decision. If you don't want to talk to me, you don't want to talk to me. Whether that's you don't want to see me ever again in life. You hate me. You decide you hate me. You can hate me. You don't have, that's not a requirement. You're supposed to live your life for you, live and be happy for yourself. So it's like, you did the right thing. In my mind, I feel like I can't tell you ain't do the right thing. Not only that, much love forever. Like, regardless of how the outcome go, regardless of how it turn out, I appreciate everything that I got. I appreciate everything that I was taught, everything I learned, everything I'm gonna carry with me into the future. Cause right now I'm single, and because me and this person re-talked and had a conversation, I feel like I kind of got smacked in the head, and I kind of got to looking at my life a little bit. It made me analyze my life a little bit more, and just think about like the way I've been moving. Cause lately I've been like trying to fill a couple voids, you know, and just trying to find purpose in certain things, I guess. I don't know how to put it in a subliminal way. I've been trying to talk to females that I didn't like as much. I've been trying to just see I've been trying to build things. I've been basically trying to not emulate the situation, not find that person in someone else, but just I was trying to fish in the sea, and basically, bump into another situation, I guess. But it's one of those things where I feel however I feel from day one, and it's a lot of things that I liked about this person. So it's a reason why I felt the way I felt. It's a reason why I'm able to have this long video about everything that happened. It's a reason. And it's like, it's other females that I've been pursuing, and it's like, I can see that it's not that. But I'm still, wanting it because it's something. I've been settling, like, as far as like just, oh, I want to talk to her anyway. And I feel like just I'm in a different space now. Like, I want that for me. I want to feel the way I felt about her. I want to feel that about whoever I talk to. And it's like, it's messed up because when I was younger, I used to get caught up in the thought I might never find love. And that used to scare me because I love romantic comedies. I love the thought of just rocking with one person for the rest of your life. Them 80-year-old relationships, just whatever. I love the thought of that. So it's like, it hurt me to be looking up. I never had a high school relationship. Just look up and just like not talk to people for real. And just always be single and all that. But it's like, now that I've experienced things, I've seen that it's not the same just having it. It's not the same having, I keep wanting to say meat, a burger. It's not the same having a burger, having your grandma's burger. I don't got a grandma, but having your grandma's burgers, it's not the same just having anything. You want the right. It does not feel the same. There's going to be a void. You will not fill the void with these random people. I don't swear, but I'm telling you, you can't fill no void. After you had that sauce, you need to get more sauce. Now, you ain't gotta stick to the barbecue sauce. You ain't gotta go scrape the end of the bottle. You ain't gotta go back and lick that container. But you gotta get more sauce. You gotta get more sauce, because you already been exposed. You already know what you want. I already know I want a nice girl. I already know I want a girl. I know that there's girls out there that don't wear weave. I know it's girls out there that don't wear lashes. I know it's girls out there that don't got 10 niggas entertained in their phone. I know it's girls out there that can dress, and I like the way they dress. I know it's girls out there that maintain their health, don't smell funny, don't gotta worry about whatever. I know it's girls out there that I would love to bring around my mom and not have to worry about my mom like thinking I'm talking to a Tatiana. I know it's girls out there that I can bring around my auntie, my religious side of the family, and not worry about, you feel me, her being able to fit in on that side. I know it's girls out there that I can bring on my hood side of the family and not worry about whatever. I know it's girls out there that I can bring around my man's D-Lo and leave them in a room with them and not worry about them flirting with D-Lo or them. You can like D-Lo. My man's D-Lo, feel me? He got the sauce. But it's one thing to like somebody, and another thing to be pursuing, not pursue my man's. I know it's girls out there that's, you feel me, know how to talk. Got some, So it's like, knowing this, I'm just at the point where I'm happy that I was in this situation, because it kind of gave me a blueprint. Like, if this ain't going to be my wife, it's going to be a prototype. Like, meet this standard at this point. And it's funny because one of the snaps that I posted the other day that I had recorded, I'm like, I'm tired of chasing females. If I don't get the female I want now, I'm changing sports. I ain't running track no more. I'm basically doing the same thing, but I'm gonna try to stick to it because it's like, it's not that I'm not saying I won't find or look for another female. I'm saying just meet that. She kind of set a boundary. She kind of put an expectation up there. Meet that expectation. Meet it. And I seen that she had these boundaries since day one. So ain't no, well, maybe one day you might just, beat her. Beat her. You gotta beat her. That's junk dead. Beat her. Looks ain't gonna cut it. Looks ain't enough nowadays no more. I done been exposed to too many situations where I feel like I could have chased a pretty girl. Like, it's too many pretty girls that I've been in contact with in some way. So it's like, looks not really as impressive as they used to be. I know my daughter gonna look cold regardless of who I talk to. She gonna have the genes. She got that Jackson blood. Simple. I know my son, he gonna have the sauce. He gonna have this YouTube video to, you feel me, pick up a couple swag, whether I make it to see him or not, you know. Whether I make it to build him up or not, he gonna get the sauce. As long as he make it out into the world, he blessed. He ain't gotta have it. I know my son, I ain't got $1 million, so I know my son ain't gonna need $1 million to get with. But let him watch these videos. But yeah, this was a dope video. I'm glad that y'all was able to make it to the end of this video. That means a lot, man. It would mean a lot if you just left a anonymous little, just left a comment, so I know you made it to the end, you know. And I know that this was one of the videos that touched y'all because y'all watched it to the end, or just let me know something so I know to make more videos like this. And it's like, it's tough because I'm vulnerable and I'm speaking on stuff that, you know, I'm an open book though. Like, I wanted to have this type of platform where I'm able to speak my mind. I want to be able to go in. Why shouldn't I be able to? You know, why shouldn't I be able to put that on forefront? I don't care. Like, okay, I don't look at it as a bad thing to like somebody, to be in love with somebody. None of that. It's just pick your poison. I hope you liking and loving the right person. I hope you chasing the right things in life. Like, if I smoked, if I drunk, you gonna see it, because this is what I'm doing. I make music. But yeah, I think it's been long enough. I appreciate y'all sincerely just for letting me vent, man. Just for letting me get this out. Just the thought of the possibility of you guys actually being able to see this means a lot. It means a lot to me, man. I think y'all got enough, man. I want to keep talking, but I can't. I gotta let y'all go. Y'all be easy. Doses.